to Wood.
Hey, it's Dave Ellswick, CPAC 2010. Former Ambassador John Bolton. I wanted to talk to him because I just got done reading The Failure Factory. And I got to tell you, it's an eye-opener. The bureaucracy in Washington is a terrible problem. Can you explain to my listeners why?
Well, a lot of the bureaucracy develops its own agenda, whether it's in domestic affairs or national security affairs, and they get sent in a direction that Republican administrations in particular come in and try and change, and they can't do it. It puts them in a very powerful position, and it diminishes the ability of citizens to run their own government. So I think understanding how Washington works is something that people understandably don't want to spend their time on, but unfortunately if they don't pay attention to it, the government gets larger, it takes more of our income and taxes, it regulates our lives more, and it endangers our national security more.
Real quickly, if you would you talk about the 2007 intelligence estimate that came out and said that Iran stopped their nuclear program in 2003, and that was basically written by 3 bureaucrats who should be tried for treason as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it was a very highly politicized intelligence estimate, really verging on the incompetent, intellectually dishonest, and we just, in the past day or two, have had a phenomenal demonstration of how inadequate it was, because the International Atomic Energy Agency, a part of the UN system, has recently issued a report that is tougher on Iran's nuclear program than our own intelligence community. I think this is something that President Obama really, if you need a bipartisan commission on our national debt, how about a bipartisan commission on what went wrong with our intelligence services? This has caused us enormous danger. It has allowed Iran a substantial amount of time to continue to work on its nuclear weapons program, and put us in a situation where, unfortunately, the most likely outcome today is that Iran will get nuclear weapons. So these individuals who wrote this had their own political agenda. We hear a lot about the politicization of intelligence. It's claimed the Bush administration pressured intelligence analysts to come to a particular conclusion. I never saw any of that. I think the real danger that this estimate demonstrates is that it's the intelligence community itself, parts of the intelligence community, that have their own political agenda. This is part of this bureaucratic problem that we're talking about, and that they are the ones politicizing the intelligence.
One last question for you. Yesterday, the president came out once again and made the statement, Iran, you better come around, or there's going to be strict sanctions. It reminds me of the parents saying, I'm going to spank you, and nothing ever happens.
Well, Iran is smarter than he gives them credit for. They understand these threats are hollow. Unfortunately, they're not dissuaded in the slightest from continuing their effort to acquire nuclear weapons, deliverable nuclear weapons, and really he has debased the currency by these constant statements that he has no intention of carrying through on. So I'm very worried about the outcome of Iran getting nuclear weapons. It will be destabilizing in the Middle East. Other countries will conclude that the United States is not capable of stopping a determined proliferator. That means more countries in the Middle East and elsewhere around the world will then get nuclear, chemical, or biological weapons. We will be more in danger. Our friends and allies around the world will be more in danger. It's a very grave threat in my view.
A man who was instrumental in trying to stop non-proliferation and was trying to be blocked at every turn by liberal bureaucrats. John Bolton, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Thanks for
Thank you very much. Sure.